It's Lefty.
Bonerama!
This is the Lefty Show.
Welcome, everybody, once again to the Lefty Show, episode number 6, officially celebrating Seis de Mayo. Happy Seis de Mayo to all of you out there in the interwebs, in the internetverse. And I thank you for watching the Lefty Show. I thank you for your patronage, and I also thank you for sharing the show with other people that you think might enjoy some asshole on the internet ranting about things for about an hour in a podcast format. I thank you all for liking and favoriting on YouTube and of course sharing the show. It does help the show grow, and the show has been growing by most objective, or by all objective measures that at least I can see. You know, subjective measures, this show is still bad. It's just awful. But subjectively, the show's doing really well. And I thank all of you for helping create that. And if you want to help keep the show going as we kick the show off, the 6th episode of the Lefty Show, if you want to help keep the show going and you want to help with, let's say, studio improvements and also getting the show on iTunes, hosting a daily podcast, for those of you that don't know, can get kind of pricey. It honestly can, especially when it's rendered out at a higher bit rate, so that all of my microphone closeness can be transmitted to your inner eardrums and outer eardrums and basically all of your eardrums and your ear tom-toms and ear hi-hats very nicely. And to render it out at a higher bit rate and host it can get pretty pricey. So if you want to help out, this episode is brought to you by, not really brought to you by imraising.com, but they've been a nice service to me, so I'll give them a shout out. You've got something that you want to help raise money for, imraising.com is where you can go. And if you want to help out the Lefty Show, you want to help out with studio improvements, General 643 Productions, Lefty, you want to help out Lefty, or you want to help out for hosting costs, you can go to imraising.com/643 Productions. That's imraising.com/643 Productions. All you need is a PayPal. You can send whatever you want. There's a few people that have been very gracious with their donations. I thank you. You guys know who you are, and I thank you all very much for them. And I assure you that they will be put to good use. I'm just kidding. I'm buying beer. I'm buying lots and lots of beer with the donation money. But hey, I'm going to get drunk and put on a good show. So that's, in the end, no matter what, it's coming back to help out the show. So be like Randy Moeller and... Hold on.
Pay that man his money!
God damn it, my finger didn't complete the circuit on the new Samsung Galaxy Tab 4, or Galaxy Tab, the Galaxy Tab 4, or Galaxy Tab 2014 edition 10.1. New tablet I got. I didn't talk about it a lot last episode. There's a lot going on. imraising.com/643 Productions, by the way, if you want to help out the Lefty Show. Hosting costs, get us on iTunes, and keep us on iTunes, hopefully when we eventually get there. There will be, on YouTube, I might actually, I'll throw a link in the description, so it'll make it easier. So you guys don't have to try to remember. And I got to say, I'm really happy with this tablet. I had never understood the idea of a tablet until I got the bright idea, like, hey, I can use this as a soundboard. And instead of paying thousands of dollars for a DJ machine, or the Instant Replay 2, which is what a lot of professional radio guys use for their sound drops, which is like $2,000. Instead of that, I'll get a tablet and an app, and there are plenty of soundboard apps on this, and then I can just output the tablet sound to my board. And it was supposed to happen with my Samsung Galaxy S4, but the output was shitty. I don't know what the issue is. It didn't react well being plugged into an amplifier. The headphones work great. The headphones are fine. But there was an issue, apparently, with it being plugged into a soundboard. And so I was thinking, like, oh man, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? And it didn't occur to me until a while ago. Like, hey, just get a tablet and you'll be all good there. So I got the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4, I'm going to call it, and I've been really happy with it. It's a nice mid-level. It's not the Pro. It doesn't have the 2 or 3 gigabytes of RAM. It's not the 12.2-inch Galaxy Tab Pro, which was like $600. And I kind of wanted. Katie talked me out of it. Thank you, Katie, for speaking reason. It's not the Pro. It's not the highest level. but it is certainly a great entry-level tablet for about $350. So go on to Amazon. I don't have an Amazon code, so use somebody else's, Adam Carolla, whoever. Go on there if you're interested in a tablet. The Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 is a great way to get into it. They also have cheaper versions. You can get the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 is out there for you, and it's still available. I think it's about $300. And then they've got a few handheld tablets that are like 7-8 inches in the diagonal screen size. But I caution against those only for purely because of the aesthetic, that they just look like comically large versions of Samsung phones. It looks like you're holding a prop when you're holding one of these handheld tablets. And, well, all tablets are handheld. That's why they fucking exist, Lefty. But one of the 7 and 8 inch Samsung ones, I held it in my hand at the store, and I looked, and Katie remarked, like, look at this. This looks like just a comically large version of your phone. And I held it in my hand, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't want people to think I'm a prop comic running around like, hey, man, check out my phone. So I got the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4. Or the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 2014 edition, whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm really enjoying it. It does a lot of work, or a lot of great work, and it allows me to do things like this.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
If this was a call-in show, that sound drop would have been perfect. That sound drop would have been amazing. So this one too?
Cut that bitch off.
That works?
Come with me if you want to live.
There's going to be plenty of sound drops, and I really enjoy it. I think they spice up the show from time to time, as long as I remember to hit them. I got to get a stand for this thing so that I can, like, stand up, so that I don't have to look, like, straight down from the microphone, so that I can... I know there are cases that do it, but I like not having the thickness of a case, both on a phone and on this tablet now, and I'm hesitant. I don't know, maybe I could build something. I'm not a builder kind of guy, but I don't know. I could get into it. Day 2. This is day 2 of awful allergies. Getting better, but still to the level of like, oh shit, man, this sucks. This is just, I tried to work out again, and I'm better, but just, ugh. And I thank everybody for expressing their concern. A few people told me about their own bouts with allergies, and so it's great to see that I can commiserate with some people. But it was really cool because while I was working out, now I can, instead of having my old shitty laptop, I say shitty, but it's not that bad. But I got the tablet; it's my new toy. I'm playing with it, god damn it! And so I'm working out. I'm on the bike that I got, and I've never been a tablet gamer. My channel on YouTube is primarily a gaming channel. That's what I'm known for the most part. Or that's where I cut my teeth, is in the gaming section of YouTube. And being a gamer, I always kind of looked at mobile gaming like, back in the day, before standard QWERTY keyboards were standard on smartphones. Before smartphones, I remember at work, you taking a dump, you pull out your phone, you play Bejeweled, right? And fuck paying for it, right? So you're playing the first level, and that's it. That's all you're doing. Maybe the second one. I can't remember if that was free as well. But you're playing Bejeweled, and that was it. It wasn't like, oh man, I got the high score in Bejeweled. Oh my god, I got to share that with my friends. I got to tell people about that. I've got to remind everybody that I'm some Bejeweled champion. It was just kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm done now. I'm going to go back to work, or if I could go play other video games, actual video games. So I had always kind of viewed mobile gaming from afar, and just, I'm not going to denounce people for doing it. Like, how dare you play Candy Crush? Oh my god! It just, it wasn't for. I didn't think it was for me. I looked at it and nah. But I got to tell you, I was just browsing the Play Store, and there was a monster truck game, and I love monster trucks. It's stupid, it's silly. They don't really do anything. They're just big, gigantic, loud ass trucks that kind of roll over shitty cars. And that's all. It's loud, and you're like, yeah, fucking America. But that's really as far as it goes. But I still find it cool. And there was a monster, and for the longest time, I've been looking for a good monster truck game. I had always wanted a good monster truck game. I figured, there's a market for racing games. There's got to be a market for monster truck games. There's just got to be. I hadn't found one in years. However, today, downloaded this game, started to play it.
Stupid bitch.
I'm sorry, that was Attack of the Allergies right there. Woo! This is why I need a co-host to kind of jump in. Oh my goodness, this is awful. This is literally, this is affecting my work. The fucking histamines are all over the goddamn place, and I can't work. I mean, I can work. It's not actual work. I know somebody, it's not actual work. I fucking know. I know, dude. I know. I've worked many days in my life. Actual work. Trust me. That's why I do this. So anyway, fucking histamines, man. Bullshit. Body's got to, my immune system's got to check itself before it wrecks itself. I swear to God. Next step is probably AIDS after this or something like that. Lupus. It's never lupus. So I check out this monster truck game. I figure, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a shot. And holy shit, the half hour or 40 minutes or whatever it was just flew. All of a sudden, there's no resistance on the bike anymore. I'm like, what the oh shit, something broke. And then I look, no, the workout's over. I've been playing this monster truck game, listening to the Adam Carolla show, and I just completely lost track of time. I completely lost the fact that I was doing a repetitive motion for the purpose of exercise, which is one of the biggest hurdles for me, is occupying my brain and keeping my brain from focusing on the fact that I'm working out, which is one of the that's why running is difficult for me. Well, I mean, running is difficult for me because I'm out of shape, but when I was in shape, when I was in the best shape of my life, running was difficult, not because of the physical exertion, but because my brain just wouldn't be quiet. I would try to think about other things, but I would always eventually come back to my running, and my breathing would get out of step, and there's a way you're supposed to breathe and time it, and then I would try to focus on that. I'm like, oh shit, don't fuck that up. Don't you fuck that up. And then what did I do? I fucked it up. And this game, this monster truck game that I found on a whim, held my attention, and it's awesome. So I'm going to keep playing it. It's pay to win. It's a pay to win, but that's mobile. That's par for the course in mobile gaming. You're not really going to find a game that's free to play, that doesn't, and that has microtransactions, that isn't some variation of play to win. So I'm not a mobile gaming convert. However, I've dipped a toe, and I found the water to be quite enjoyable, to be perfectly honest. If you do it right, if the water's just right, that water can be quite enjoyable. So mobile gamers, I now see what you guys have been doing for a while. Candy Crush, just fuck Candy Crush, okay? I know everybody says it's addictive as hell, but no, fuck that. Fuck King.com. Fuck it all. No. But I'm very surprised to see how far mobile gaming has come from even a couple years ago. So that's really something that I found interesting today. And of course, check out the Samsung Galaxy tablet. If you want to get into tablets, it's a good place to start. If you're not an iOS guy, I used to be an iOS guy, and then I discovered Android, and I was like, oh shit, this is some pretty cool stuff. I can do a lot with this that I couldn't do with Apple products. And holy shit, it's reasonably priced too. Oh my God. So check out the Samsung Galaxy tablet if you're looking for an entry tablet. It's I give it the recommendation. You get the seal of approval from Lefty. And if you are so inclined, it's perfectly usable. If you want to download the right apps, you load some sounds on it, and bam, you got yourself a soundboard for your shitty internet podcast. That doesn't work when I fucking tap on it, God damn it.
You gotta be bleeping me.
Right, you got to be bleeping me. I tried to tap the damn thing and it didn't work. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a pulse. I'm not completing the circuit right. This is, I mean, plugging Samsung for no reason aside, because again, they're not paying me. I wish they would. Send me a Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro, please, or just lots of tablets. I wonder what the unit cost is on a tablet. It's got to be high, because point is, shitty plugs aside, holy fucking shit, this is crazy cool technology. This is crazy cool technology. This is insane what I hold in my hands. What you have in your phone is crazy, insane technology. If you watch the Cosmos series with Neil deGrasse Tyson, eventually, I've mentioned it a few times, but eventually the show is going to cover some portion of quantum mechanics. Now, I don't understand quantum mechanics. I don't profess to. That whole wave-particle duality, uncertainty, subatomic quantum-level particles take every possible path all the time, which necessitates that they travel faster than the speed of light, and the double slit expression. Holy fucking no. Just, okay, yeah, I get it. You shine the light through the two slits, and then there's a whole, it looks like a movie reel of darkened and enlightened spots. I get it. And that's whole some wave particle duality. Blah, 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 blah. And then my brain just melts. And I studied physics, and I get, general relativity, all right, yeah, special relativity, okay, electricity and magnetism, time dilation coefficient, all right, I get it. Newtonian mechanics works for most things that we see, but not all, and doesn't really work very well at the subatomic level, at the molecular level, doesn't really work very well for, large bodies and large electromagnetic fields and large gravitational fields. It sort of breaks down, especially when you start introducing infinity, all that shit. And I kind of get it. Just the idea, the principles, the math, fuck that. It's just fuck it. Just straight up and fuck it. Seriously.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
I do not give a fuck what you think. Math behind special relativity and quantum mechanics, because I can't understand you because you are incredibly complex. But I get just the basics, the layman shit. And even I struggle to try to find, what is the practical implications of quantum mechanics? What is the practical implication of entanglement? What is the practical implication of the uncertainty principle? And the idea that quantum-level particles take multiple paths, and when you shine a light on something, when you measure it, you by a very nature change something about it. You change it by measuring it, and just so you can't look at it, and you just gotta hope it's there. What is okay, yeah, it's great, egghead nerds, Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's great. Yeah, okay. Woo, quantum mechanics. Woo. How does that work in my everyday life? Well, I tell you right now, if you're holding your phone or you're holding your tablet like I am and about to play a shitty sound drop.
That is totally absurd.
It is totally absurd, Hawk Harrelson. If you hold your smartphone or your tablet in your hands, you're holding quantum mechanics. That's how fucking cool this shit is. Again, shitty plugs aside. Samsung, Google, who else makes tablets, right? Apple, overpriced as shit, still rely, in many regards, on the principles of quantum mechanics. On the idea that things are going to be there regardless of how small it is. And the transistor. And all those things rely on the principles laid down or set forth or put forth, all kinds of shit, in quantum mechanics. So if you're watching the Cosmos, or you're thinking about what to study in, let's say, high school, and I think that's the equivalent in the UK. I know people say there's college and then there's university in the UK, and I don't get the fucking difference. I don't know, maybe is college their version of like a community college and university is a 4-year school? I don't know. I chalk it up with the whole UK, Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Britain, Great Britain, England, all that shit. Fuck it, you're the British Isles, okay? Just fuck it. No, I'm not going to offend anybody. I'm going to try to walk the line. In fact, I am going to try so hard to not deviate from the line. I am going to avoid the line altogether. Fuck it. Fuck the UK. Fuck the Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Britain, Great Britain. Fuck all that shit. You're the British Isles. That's as simple as it's going to be. That's as simple as I'm going to make it for you. So if you're looking for something to study and you want to get a grasp of the practicality of something that you think is kind of cool, because when I was studying, I was just going through the motions in science. You know, I started out in honors biology somehow my freshman year of high school. I did all right. I got a B, and went from there to what was it? What was it my sophomore year? Oh, my sophomore year was chemistry. And I took regular chemistry. And, you know, I did really well. I got like a high A in the class, not an A+, but just, you know, high A+, whatever the fuck that is. I did really well. It was to the point where 3 weeks into the class, the teacher came to me and said, you know, you're doing really well. Do you want to jump up to honors chem? Right now, we're still covering the same kind of principles, and you can go to honors chem, and you know, do your thing there, and you'll get to take the AP and college credit and all that. And I said no, because I saw how hard, I'm a lazy bastard. I saw how hard the honors chem kids were working. You know, they were there before school making their little balloons and shit or whatever they had to do. And I looked at that and I thought, fuck that, man. I like sleeping. I like all that stuff. I like having time to myself, not having to stay until 6 o'clock working on a fucking chem project. I don't want to do that. And so then no, and I wasn't really interested by chemistry. I did it, you know, and I took it again at the college level because again I didn't get the AP credit, and it even then when at the college level I started going, yeah, I'm just hands off here. This is not for me. But I took physics. I just went into physics and I started studying it. I took a physics course that was based in calculus before I actually learned derivatives and integration in actual calculus class. And I took it, and even though I didn't understand how to do the nitty-gritty of the calculus, it was simple shit in high school physics, right? But still, to a guy that doesn't understand the principles of calculus, then all of a sudden we did limits and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's why derivatives do this and then the other thing. But I took physics, and I was really interested by it. I was like, oh, man, this is cool stuff. This is really cool. The idea of, you know, I can describe the motion of something I throw, absent air friction, because this is high school physics, because that shit just complicates things. I can quantify energy. I can explain why, despite being static, when you have something high up on a table, why if and when you remove the table, all of a sudden that object that was previously on the table's got a shit ton of energy now. And I can explain. I think that's cool, and it was real practical stuff. And then we got into general relativity, which at that point I was in with both feet. I was like, hell yeah, this is cool shit. And some people might be on the border, like, you know, it's kind of cool, but what the fuck, you know, what is the end game? What does all of this studying, all of this fucking math, which gets unconscionably hard or inconscionably, whatever the fuck, gets stupid hard later on down the road. Trust me, I found out. It kicked my ass. If you're wondering about, do I like it? What's the end game? What's the goal? What is the practicality? Hold your smartphone. Hold your tablet. And think about all the things that go into it. Think about how complicated an integrated circuit is. You know, you take E&M, you do simple circuits. You know, E&M kind of circuitry warped my brain a little bit. And I said, well, you know, potential difference, and I just didn't have a good visualization of what current is versus voltage or versus potential difference, which is voltage versus resistance. I just didn't have a good visualization of the subject matter, like it is, I throw a baseball at a 45-degree angle at such and such meters per second. How far does it go? How long does it take to land? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And just general mechanics. I got that because it's practical. Shit moves. I understand that. But when you start dealing with E&M, all that kind of stuff, you have to trust that it is real and that there is a practical application. Well, if you want to hold that practical implication in your hand, or if you want to hold that practical application in your hand, hold your smartphone, hold your tablet. This is the pinnacle of science right here. The transistor, I had to do some research because I had understood when I wanted to talk about this topic. I understand that there's quantum mechanics in this tablet, but where? Where is it? And then I started researching the transistor. And holy shit, this is some crazy cool stuff. So if you're thinking about studying or getting into physics or electrical engineering is a close cousin of that, hold your tablet. You think that's pretty cool shit? Would you want to be able to explain that to people? Because think about how cool it is to be able to be an engineer and be able to explain this kind of shit. Because, there are guys out there who didn't even finish high school who can just build bridges, and they just do it. You need a bridge over a highway. You need to bridge a road over a highway. That guy can do it. He's just gonna do it. He knows what needs to go where. He doesn't know why they need to go there. He doesn't know that, and he's probably not going to be very good at adapting his plan should things come up. It's like, well, there's a river right next to the highway, so the span has to be this, and that's gonna get in the way of things. Kind of, it's gonna change the harmonics or the possible harmonic points and or resonance points and all that, and that's gonna fuck with them. But if it's just straight and go, bam, you can do it. But an engineer, the cool part about being an engineer, and I'm not one, is that, first of all, they will never stop telling you about how awesome they are for being an engineer. And second of all, they are the bridge between the guy I mentioned before, his practical knowledge, and the, dare I say, theoretical knowledge of bridge building. The idea of statics, the idea of physics in general. And, there's chemi and some mathsy in there and all that stuff. That's how cool engineering is, because you've got to be a jack of all trades. You're not really explaining the wonders of the world, but you can explain a friction coefficient in, a bridge pylon. The soil that you're dipping a pylon into, you can kind of explain why it's a big deal for the soil to be this type versus that type. Instead of the guy that just has the practical knowledge or know-how, who just, this type of soil? Yeah, let's do it. Not this type of soil? No, we're not doing it. And that's cool. So science, science, science. Long story short, kiddies, science, science, science. Now let's hop into some news. Shovel Girl is okay. I want to let people know Shovel Girl is probably okay. There was a video that made the rounds the last couple of days on the internet of some a group of 15-year-old girls and one effeminate sounding dude in, I don't know, some jerkwater town. Wherever it is, it sounds jerkwater. Everybody that appears in the video sounds jerkwatery to me. Now I'm just a jerk to a lot of people, and that's okay. However, to me, if I were to explain the video, and if I had to guess where people were, where this incident occurred, I would start with jerkwater. I would say, okay, let's drop out all the states and regions and cities that are not jerkwater. New York, Boston, all the LA, okay, so we can drop all that down. Now let's get into where this is. But there's a video. It purports it's a group of 15-year-olds. It appears, and I don't know if this classifies as some kind of illegal shit that I shouldn't be watching on the internet. But it's a group of girls, again, one effeminate dude, and two girls start fighting, and this we'll say pink shirt and black shirt because that's just the best way. There's a girl wearing a pink shirt and a girl wearing a black shirt. The girl in the pink shirt just starts. I don't even know what the fuck they're fighting about. I think there was one jerkwater tramp called the other jerkwater tramp's boyfriend or something. Whatever, right? And they just start going at it. And there's a fight. There is a no shit. It starts with hair pulling. Then there's a brief separation. They go to their corners and they start discussing, you got to hit him with your right rack. And they go and they separate for a bit. And then they come back. And there are no shit punches to the face thrown. Not slaps. Not finger slaps, not hand slaps, not back of hand, not hair pulling. I'm talking no fucking shit. Closed fist to the cheekbone punches. Full force. Thrown by pink shirt girl at the black shirt. And they're connecting. They're landing home. I don't know what, Blad. Get your fucking hands up, girl. What are you doing? And they're just and you could hear it in the video. I'll link it in the description, or I'll link it to where the full video. A lot of you probably saw the Vine of the payoff. I'll link you to the full video in the description, and it's just, and you hear it, and it's just, oh shit. Now, I've been punched in the face by I don't know, what's the amateur level of boxing? When there's like a small circuit. I think it's called Gold Gloves or something like that. And I've been punched in the face by a right hook by a guy who in high school was aspiring to be one of these people. It's not like I got punched by Mike Tyson and I live to tell about it. But this was a fit dude who punched me we were fucking around drunk, and with a boxing glove on, punched me in the square in the jaw with a hook. And I was, nope. I lost all. I am surprised with the level of control that I lost. How much control I actually lost in my body. I am surprised I didn't shit my pants. I'm honestly surprised that I did not defecate in my pants because my legs just nope. Fuck that. My arms, nope. My core to hold myself up, hold up my upper body, no, we're done. The brain was just like, stay down, dude. Just stay down. Even my consciousness was like, dude, just stay down, because if you get up, they're going to make you fight more. And this guy's going to fucking hurt you. I mean, he was my friend, and we were but no. Override everything. Override the drunk. Override the fucking around. Fuck it, stay down. Pretend you're fucked up. Because you are fucked up, because you are surprised. I am surprised that I didn't shit myself. So, getting punched in the face is a pretty big deal. Cranial shots in general are a big deal. You know why? Because that's where your fucking brain is. And so, in round 2, there's punches to the face. And they separate again, come back for round 3. Black shirt mounts a little bit of an offensive. Starts bringing in some kicks. Like she took a Taibo class or something. And they eventually separate again, and words start being exchanged. And then they start talking about a BB gun. Pink shirt says, or black shirt tells pink shirt, apparently they are at black shirt's house. And there's a 15-year-old girl, so her parents' house, but, it's her house too, I guess. And she says, get the fuck out of here. And pink shirt says, no, I'm not leaving. Unless you're calling the cops on me, I'm not leaving. And the black shirt girl says, get the fuck out. Somebody else says, go get your gun. Just antagonizing and rabble-rousing. The black shirt girl leaves to go get her fake gun. It turns out to be a BB gun. And the pink shirt girl just starts screaming about something. Like she'd been quiet and then just starts screaming. I don't even understand it. I'll play the bit for you here in a second. I'll play it for you. You can listen to it and then watch the video for yourself. Just start screaming right after this girl. And as black shirt is walking back to her porch, there's a shovel right there. There's a fucking shovel. Not a snow shovel. A steel, I'm assuming it's steel. A steel shovel. One of those with the, 4-foot handles on it. And it's used for digging. And she grabbed it. The picture girl immediately, as black girl takes it into her hand, says, oh shit, and starts running away. Black shirt girl swings the 5-foot shovel, whatever the length is, with the steel end over the top of her head, throwing it at pink shirt girl. The steel part makes direct contact with the skull cranial region of pink shirt girl, knocking her to the ground. She immediately starts crying, and bedlam ensues, because then people start picking sides. You know, Jerkwater A, viewer of the fight, versus Jerkwater B, and then they go to defend their friend, and then black shirt girl's mom comes out, and then everybody just kind of scatters. Then they meet back up later in the video, and the other girl's crying, saying she can't hear, probably, you know, low-grade concussion. I've had concussions before. It's about what it is. Shots to the head, not a small deal. But there's rumors floating around that this girl died as a result of her injuries. And Deadspin uncovered a Vine. I'll just link to the whole Deadspin post so you can have the payoff of, so you don't feel like you're watching a snuff film when you watch this video. Deadspin posted a Vine found from that same account, from Pink Girl's Vine account, where it's her after making jokes about getting hit in the head with a shovel. So she was cognizant, probably not dead. Probably a concussion of some kind, but Pink Shirt Girl from the shovel fight is not dead. Here is the payoff. The link in the description again. Should be right below the I'm Raising link if you want to. This is a perfect time to remind you. I'mRaising.com is a great place to go help raise money and crowdsource a project of yours. And if you want to help out the Lefty Show, if you want to help out just 643 Productions in general, myself, you want to help us get us on iTunes, you want to help for studio improvements, I'mRaising.com/643 Productions is where you go. Link in the description, and I would greatly appreciate it, and thank everybody that has helped out and will continue to support the show in that way. So I'mRaising.com/643 Productions. The link below that is this video. Here's the payoff. All right, this is before the picking up of the shovel. Here we go.
No, she's about to get she's not about to use a weapon on you. What the hell? That's not. Fuck out my yard! Oh shit! Okay, Emily, don't. Oh my god! Dude. What the fuck? Oh my god!
That was the sound of a 15-year-old girl getting hit in the fucking cranium with a shovel. It's not a nice sound. It's not. It does not sound nice to get hit in the head with a shovel. That's what it sounded like. We'll see if I can find it again for you really quick. Let's get closer to the thing. Let's see here. Here we go. Come on now. Here it is.
Fuck out my yard! Oh shit! Okay, Emily, don't. Oh my god! Dude.
And that's the unlucky pink shirt girl crying. Because you know what? I'd fucking cry too if I got hit in the head with a shovel thrown by somebody at me. I don't care. Call me a pussy all you want. If I get hit in the head with a shovel, I'm crying about it. I don't care. Fuck that. That shit probably hurt. It hurt probably initially because, again, I've gotten concussions from head blows in a car accident. I got smacked in the head pretty good. And it hurts initially, and you know it hurts pretty bad. But then if you got rattled good enough and your brain's kind of jiggling around, it's like twerking inside your skull. If your brain's twerking enough, you start focusing on the fact that, holy shit, I'm not feeling anything anymore. You kind of get that. It's a shell shock. Shell shock, what is described and accepted normally as shell shock, is pretty much what getting a solid headshot feels like. And getting hit, just that sound, that dunk, but you can.
Hey, bro, I think I need another shovel.
This is the Vine. There you go. That was the Vine, so that you can rest assured that Shovel Girl is not dead. Shovel Girl is alive and well, hopefully. But just a kind of a bleh feeling to watch somebody get hit in the skull pretty well with a steel shovel. In other news, an Alabama team was suspended for opting out of Common Core testing. This is from FoxNews.com. I know. Hold your noses while I read this, and you can pass it through whatever bullshit filter you want. Because this really isn't the point of this story. But an Alabama team says she was suspended from school after refusing to take standardized tests aligned with the National Common Core curriculum standards. Alyssa McKinney, an 8th grade student at Whitesburg Middle School in Huntsville, Alabama, told WAAY-TV she was given 2 in-school suspensions after telling school officials that she didn't agree with the requirement and that she was opting out. When she opted out on the 3rd day, she was given an out-of-school suspension. School officials declined to comment to WAAY-TV, but the Alabama Department of Education said in a Facebook post, apparently shit like this is being talked about on Facebook now, Facebook post that parents may submit the refusal in writing to school administrators. It was unclear if Alyssa's mother provided notice. And Fox News went on from there to detail a few other instances in which school-aged children were punished for opting out of Common Core standardized testing. Now, standardized, for those, I don't know if this exists elsewhere, standardized testing is usually a tool by which one supposed intelligence is gleaned from children by school administrators. If you were gifted, if you want to be put in gifted programs, you got to take standardized testing, and you're pulled from that group by your standardized test scores. It's also a way in which some federal educational grants are handed out. Some federal aid is handed out to school districts by their aggregate standardized test scores. And the Common Core is supposed to be the next wave of it. It's supposed to be the new and improved idea of standardized testing. No longer will teachers teach to the test and hope that children pass the tests and just become masters of trivia, but they will learn critical thinking skills and be challenged by these tests and be able to give non-binary or non-1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D answers and still be challenged and display knowledge and acumen in certain educational realms. That's the idea. Now, I was doing research on this because I saw Alabama team opted out. I didn't know what Common Core was at the time. Opted out of Common Core testing, was punished for it. So, to me, the issue identification, a school or a student is punished for opting out of something that gets the school more money. And that's, well, I don't know. There might be something to that. But then shit just got crazy. Because in doing some research, I found an article written on rethinkingschools.org, written in the summer of 2013. And it starts out, it isn't easy to find common ground on the Common Core. Already hailed as the next big thing in education reform, the Common Core state standards are being rushed into classrooms in nearly every district in the country. Although these world-class standards raise substantive questions about curriculum choices and instructional practices, such educational concerns are likely to prove less significant than the role of the Common Core is playing in the larger landscape of our polarized education reform politics. There's a short bullet list, and it says, we know there have been many positive claims made for the Common Core. 1, that it represents a tighter set of smarter standards focused on developing critical learning skills instead of mastering fragmented bits of knowledge, i.e. trivia. 2, that it requires more progressive, student-centered teaching with strong elements of collaborative and reflective learning. And 3, that it equalizes the playing field by raising expectations for all children, especially those suffering the worst effects of the drill and kill test prep norms of the recent past, i.e. Teaching to the test. It continues, and this is the sentence that I had a big issue with. We also know that many creative, heroic teachers are seeking ways to use this latest reform wave to serve their students well. We also know that many creative, heroic teachers are seeking ways to use this latest reform wave to serve their students well. Heroic. I'm a product of the public school system in the great state of Illinois. I went to public schools. I went to a public high school. I went to a public university. I know that there are teachers that do good things throughout grade school, throughout junior high, throughout high school, throughout my time in college, I met fantastic teachers. And, truth be told, only one or two teachers that I would label as just bad. There was one, my algebra teacher in junior high she was clocked out. She had probably been in the district for years, and she was tenured, and even then I was probably, I want to say 12. Probably even at the age of 12, I said, this person's clocked out. This person is no longer incentivized to do well, to better me, to better herself. There is no incentives here for this lady, because and this is why. There was no such thing. We were learning, this was Algebra 1. There was no such thing as her doing the drawings of teaching us algebra. There was no such thing as that. In the days of the overhead, I know those days may be long gone. And that scares me, because the overhead is fucking awesome. It was so cool. I was so mesmerized by that technology as a child. And yeah, it's just light and mirrors and a little bit of transparent film and some magic markers. But shut up, it's so cool. There was no such thing as her drawing on the overhead. It was simply, it had to be 3 inches thick. And in that 3-inch thick file was every single overhead slide that she would use to quote, teach us for algebra for the year. There was no such thing as drawing things out. No such thing. It was all ready to go, done. Effectively, she was teaching us algebra via PowerPoint, via non-animated PowerPoint slides. That's how she decided to try to teach us algebra. And I just didn't connect with the thing, and I had to retake it 8th grade. The other one was, I was just a jackass my sophomore year English class, and the teacher very clearly had it out for me. No matter what I did, no matter how well I wrote a paper, no matter how well I deciphered a book and was talking about it and identifying literary devices, no matter how well I did that, I got a B. No matter what, I was getting a B because I made fun of some shit she made us read. Okay? I don't care. All right? You know what? The Autobiography of a Face, brief aside, the Autobiography of a Face is fucking smut. It's fucking smut. I was 15 years old reading about how a cancer patient was fucking dudes to fill the hole in her heart created by cancer. I don't want to read that shit. That's bullshit. No. I don't. Yeah, it's a sob story. Yeah, I'm sorry she ended up dying a few months after we read the book. And I'm sorry, sophomore year English teacher, that I made fun of her for it at the time. Lucy died. Well, fucking good. But no, fuck that. It was fucking smut. I don't want to read. 15-year-olds should not be reading about cancer patients slutting it up to fill the hole in their heart that cancer created. Sob story, yes. Probably written very well with a lot of metaphors and similes. And we can learn something from her and how there are things that no matter how bad you want them, no matter how bad you want to feel normal, things just won't fill you the way other things will. Things just won't make you whole again because something else left you or because something else tore you. Okay, I get that, but I don't want to read about her fucking guys. I don't. And that's bullshit, and no. And so I called her on it. I called the book. I'm like, this is smut. And from that day forward, no matter what I did, I was getting a B. I was getting a B in that class. And fuck her for that. Fuck her. It didn't hurt me. Luckily, it didn't hurt me in my path. I was able to wrangle straight A's for the rest of my high school career. But fuck that. No. You're holding a personal vendetta against a 15-year-old because you made them read smut, and they was like, I don't want to read this smut. Well, fuck you, English teacher. So anyway, I digress. Plenty of great teachers. The rest of them, fantastic. Oh my goodness. Some great teachers taught me a lot, made things really, really cool. They helped me get into college. They weren't shy about, hey, you want a letter of recommendation? Yes, please, if you could. Great. Fantastic. Never mind, of course, the fact that this was in the mid-aughts, so 2004, 2005. Never mind the fact that the average salary, the mean, not the median, the mean salary, no, actually it was the median, so it was a little bit lower than the mean. I forget how the distribution works. Shit, it's been a while since I took statistics. Anyway, there were more people below this line than there were above them. It wasn't I guess that would be the median. So it was the mean. In this distribution, the average was below the halfway point. So more people below this line than above it. Fine. The mean was still $75,000 fucking dollars. Okay? A year. 75 G's. And I had a great learning experience. None of those people, however great they were to me, were fucking heroes. They're just not. Okay? I know it's not acceptable in today's polite society to how dare you question the schlobbing, the collective schlobbing of teachers' knobs. But no, teachers are not fucking heroes. You know what they are? They're teachers on the public dole, available for benefits, tenure, the ability to unionize, and they get 6 months off a year. And spare me the lesson planning. Spare me that bullshit. Every job you have, every single fucking job you have, whatever it is, whether it's cutting lawns or you're Neil deGrasse Tyson, every single job you have outside of your time at that job is spent thinking about that job. Maybe not a lot, but you're thinking about it in the shower. You're thinking about it as you go to bed at night. You probably spend 5 or 6 days a week thinking about your job as you go to sleep at night. Everybody does it. It's not special to teachers. Teachers are not fucking heroes. They do good work. They should be well compensated. And you know what? A lot of them are. A lot of them are, especially considering they get tenure, benefits, the ability to unionize. Not just the fact that they are unionized, the ability to unionize in 6 months off a year. Teachers are not heroes. It's time to stop this. Because and I know I get some flack, and it's true that sometimes I do have gone off on wild tangents claiming entitlement, and it's been a generational thing. The people younger than me are worse off or worse than I am or was, and et cetera, et cetera. Everybody's shitty but me, essentially. And that's true. Everybody does it. Every younger generation is worse than the current generation, or every younger generation or older generation is worse than your generation. It's just natural. And it's hard to break that mold. I've succumbed to it a few times. Totally, raise my hand. Yes, I have. But when I talk about, or when everybody talks about the everybody gets a trophy generation, you're kind of dogging on younger people. Rightfully so sometimes, because there are people that, because of the everybody gets a trophy mentality, there are some children who genuinely feel entitled to shit they have no business feeling entitled to. That's just the facts, Jack. That just is. However, it's not a strictly biological age, a function of your biological age. Just because you are younger does not mean that you are more likely to feel entitled. You know who's also entitled? The fucking baby boomers. And the children of the baby boomers. Me. Because my generation are the people who are now getting teaching jobs and who are populating those union halls. Those people who are going on strike and sacrificing children's education and then still trying to hold those children ransom to the cities and municipalities that they serve by saying, oh, well, yes, we chose to strike. Oh, yes, we did, for higher wages because we got to cover our nut. But you better, but don't you let little Johnny and Sarah, don't you let their education fall by the wayside. Pay us our money. Pay us our money.
Pay that man his money.
And we'll go back to work. And we'll make sure that little Johnny and Sarah have a decent education. That's what happens. And the everybody gets a trophy, they weren't part of the everybody gets a trophy, but now they're heroes. And teachers can't wait. Look at it anytime this is brought up on Reddit. Look at this any fucking time this is brought up on Reddit. Teachers cannot wait to tell everybody, especially other teachers, how heroic they are, or how important they are, how special, how integral to the growth of society they are. Yeah, that doesn't make you a fucking hero. You're doing your job, a job that you knew, a job that you understand was going to be this, that, and the other thing, and you're doing it. You're not a hero because you do your job. You're just not heroes. That doesn't, you shouldn't, and thusly, you should not be lavished as though you are heroes. Well compensated, sure. Everybody's got to have their hustle. And everybody should be compensated on a level commensurate with just kind of what they do and how important they are. Teachers are important. And when you work in an industry where the mean salary can be $75,000 a year in 2004, 2005, when that's your mean salary, you're pretty well fucking compensated. When administrators are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, when tenured teachers are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they insist on being called doctor, even though they don't have curriculum vitae on file. When that's your industry, and you get 6 months off a year, and you can get tenure and benefits and unionize, you're not fucking heroes. You're doing a job, and you're well fucking compensated for your job. Are there people that are probably underpaid or certainly paid less than you? Yeah. They're still cashing the checks, aren't they? They're not out finding other jobs, are they? You're not heroes, teachers. I'm sorry. I understand. It's very easy to feel self-important, especially, take it from me, I'm an asshole on the internet with a microphone in front of my face. How more self-important can you get than me? But you're still not heroes. And perhaps we shouldn't focus just on the entitlement of the everybody gets a trophy generation. There is entitlement there, but there's entitlement everywhere. Teachers now have it, and teachers are not part of the everybody gets a trophy. Teachers are the everybody's a hero. Firemen are heroes. The guys that landed the plane in the Hudson River are heroes. That's part of their training. They're trained how to do that. When you are acting in your training, you're not a hero. Just not. And likewise, teachers, you're just not heroes. You know who should be a hero? Stop looking to society to be heroes. Now, never mind the fact that teachers use this hero title as a way to pick themselves up, as a way to put a better finish, a better shine on their profession so that they can get more fucking money. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh my God, how do I teach these kids? It's not really about that. They're heroes so that they can get more fucking money. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Look at that walking fucking warthog that is the head of the Chicago Teachers Union. I forget her name because she's a piece of shit. Holding children ransom so that she can get more fucking money. That's what they do. Those heroes? Those heroes to you? But maybe we should stop looking to everybody else in society to be heroes. If you want your children to have heroes, you be those heroes. Stop looking at Derek Jeter or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Jay Cutler or, I don't know, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Stop looking to teachers, firefighters, people whom you do not know and never will know. Stop looking at them to be heroes. You be the heroes. Or maybe you shouldn't teach your children to idolize one person. And I'm going to idolize this one person and the way this one person does things. And I'm going to, that is how I'm going to model my life after this one person. Maybe it's just, hey, Johnny, this teacher isn't a hero. They say they're heroes, they're not. But you know what this teacher does? This teacher's up at 5 a.m. lesson planning. Okay, they get their vacation off and they go do their work. But this teacher is trying to go above and beyond in what they do. This teacher is trying to do all these great things, is trying to lesson plan, is trying to break the mold of the A, B, C, D, true, false, multiple choice bullshit. They're trying to break that mold so much that they have to put so much work into it to help you. They're not a hero because of that, but that kind of approach, that selflessness is to be, if not idolized, then for damn sure respected. So Johnny, you're not going to respect your teacher because he or she is a hero. You're going to respect your teacher because they are putting effort into their job, whatever their job is. You are going to, and yes, that means, Johnny, that you are going to respect the guy that puts effort into flipping burgers at McDonald's. Because if he's trying to be the best goddamn burger flipper or fry grabber in the McDonald's, in his store, or in the region, or in the franchise, you're going to respect him. You're going to respect that drive. He's not a hero, but that's what you're going to respect. You're going to respect the adherence to the training exemplified by the pilot who landed his plane in the Hudson River. This was a man who did not panic in a situation that would certainly induce panic in 99.9999% of the population. And this man and his crew did not panic. Instead, they were able to see and identify and identify the issues, and they were able to rely on their training to get the job done. That is to be respected. They're not heroes because of it, but what they did, their actions, and the things their actions represent are to be certainly respected, if not idolized. Let's stop with heroes. Heroes is a game-changing term, and it's used way too often in society, and oftentimes by people who aren't really interested in being heroes. At least they're not interested in being heroes to anyone but themselves because they want to see an extra couple digits in their bank account. Anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Let's see.
I can't see you, though, bitch.
That's right. You can't see me because I'm ending the Lefty Show. This has been episode number 6. If you want to help out the Lefty Show, just go to imraising.com/643productions. Help get us on iTunes, studio upgrades. You just want to help me out. Lefty, you like what I do. It's a place you can do it. imraising.com/643productions. Check out the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 or Galaxy Tab 10.1 2014. They're the same thing in my mind. If you're looking for an entry-level tablet, something you can check out. Obviously, Samsung, honestly, not paying me for this. I just really liking their product. Anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.